And talking to a lot of marketing leaders, and you look at a modern day VP, CMO, head of marketing, and the skill sets and abilities that they have to have now today are just so vastly different than in previous years. And you have someone now who, like yourself, really has to have this connection and balance of like right brain and left brain, where I think in the past you could have been more strong in one or the other and that was okay. Now, to be relevant and to continue to drive the impact you want to drive as a marketing leader, it's like you have to be good at both.
You absolutely have to. You have to be good at both for sure, right? I think there's an analytical side of marketing that is absolutely necessary now. I look at the advent of ad tech and making sure you target the right people with the right message at the right time. Like, that is still relatively new. We have to remember that. In my lifetime, there was a time in which you would be shown an ad that had no relevancy to you, and you were totally okay with it. I think that time has now changed for sure, right? And I also look at understanding how that comes into play and how you optimize. Our jobs right now are to put a billboard up and change that within 30 seconds. Change that within 5 seconds so that you perfect it and iterate it on every single way that you can, every nuance that you can, so that it reflects the consumer more, it attracts the consumer more. And that's a tough thing to do. But it's not just about left and right brain, understanding that. It's also about the nuances of how that ad got there. And you need to understand how that ad got there to be an effective CMO. Meaning, it's not just an idea that you need to come up with. You need to know the process at which that idea will come to life. Operationally, whether it be a media plan, whether it be the tools that you have, whether it be the teams that you have to optimize that ad, you need to know, in many ways, be a GM versus just a brand marketer. And I think that's what makes the role of the CMO or anybody in marketing today so dynamic than it was 10, 15 years ago. It's that you are running an entire business versus just a business unit, and you are responsible for that business. And I do think that's what makes us, in many cases, leaders in the future, because the ask of CMOs now are so much more than they were, again, decades ago.
This podcast is brought to you by Salesforce and the CMO Club. The CMO Club is a global community for senior marketing executives to come together, share ideas, and solve their toughest challenges in a collaborative and trusted environment with other marketing leaders. Salesforce and the CMO Club provide best-in-class programs, events, and a digital platform for marketing leaders to come together and be inspired like never before. Join our global community at thecmoclub.com.